Recording has started. This week's episode, Jason X. Now, back to the banter.
Did you guys see my video I posted on Instagram this week?
Which one? Yes, no.
The one with the kid that got hit by, they ran into the back of the car?
No, I have not seen that. I did
my God.
I did see both of your Mount Rushmores that are on the Patreon only.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, I did. Yeah. What you guys think?
I liked it.
The first one was what caught me off guard because I wasn't expecting that much detail. That's why when I did mine, I'm like, these are my top ones. Bomb 2, 3, 4, boom, done. Deb hasn't filmed hers yet.
You're all waiting.
Now, hold on. Previously on Cast of the Pod, all of our social medias are at Cast of the Pod, Patreon, Cast of the Pod, Patreon Pod people. You are the best in the world. My name is Josh.
I'm Cobweb.
And I'm Deb.
We're the dream team here on Cast of the Pod. You can find Cobweb at Cobweb411, Deb at Mrs. OMG, me at Old Mary Gamer. You can reach out to all of us at Cast of the Pod on all your social media stuffs. 786-763-2278. That's if you want to call, leave us a message, chime in. If you want to, I mean, if you're a Patreon, you can jump in on one of these all the time. But if you got something cool, call that number, 786-763-2278, and maybe we can hop that in here too.
Man, are you done?
Well, I was thinking about it. I've been listening to some of our episodes, and we're on. This is going to be episode 91, by the way.
What? Already?
91.
Yeah.
And I was listening
91.
to some of our stuff when we first started, not when we first started all working together, but when we started getting a good run going and the millions and millions and dozens of new followers. And I realized that we kind of went off on a tangent. We haven't traditionally been ourselves and liked what we, so I'm just trying to go back to our roots.
Back to our roots?
Yeah.
What in the world?
I'm not talking about brunette roots or LeVar Burton teaching us history or anything like that. I'm just talking about, Cast the Pod roots.
Wait. Before we start, I don't even know where to go with this right now. Josh, just do one thing right now.
What's that, bro?
Hit the intro.
Warning. This podcast is about the horror genre, specifically horror films. As most horror movies are filled with coarse language, violence, and/or gore, the topics and language of the cast of the pod will also reflect the genre. If you have any issues with the aforementioned warnings, please press stop. However, if you have no issue with adult language, movie violence, or the accoutrement that accompanies horror films, please feel free to continue. You have been warned.
That's all exactly what I was saying. Cast of the Pod. You saw that right there. Castthepod.com.
Yeah, you got it all there in one shot.
Yep. Jason X this week. Jason X.
Oh my goodness, man, this is gonna be good. Well, anyway, did you see my video with the kid getting hit by the car?
No, I did not.
Okay, that's a good one. I posted that I think a couple days ago. No, yesterday. I posted it yesterday, and last time I checked, it was up to I think 119,000 views.
What?
Wow.
I know.
On your Instagrams?
Yes.
Are you gonna make me bring out my other phone?
Yeah, it blew up, bro. It blew up today. I was like, what the hell is going on? And then that other one is still taking off too, and it's up to about I know it's over 5K or something like that. People like to see people get hurt. I don't know. People like to see people get hurt. I don't know. It's just entertaining to people. Like, what kind of society?
That little bitty kid that ran in the back of the truck, and she just let the other kid go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw that one.
Wow.
And it said now we know who her favorite child is or something like that.
Yeah, this is true. We all know now.
Dude,
They
that
just let
one,
the
that
other one
one,
go.
that did blow up. Congratulations
Thanks.
for going viral without a virus.
That's always a good thing.
Yes.
It is a good thing. That's how it happens, you know. And I was, you know, people like to see people get hurt.
So that's how we're celebrating hashtag Podtober by you going viral.
That's what's up.
Sounds good
And
to
if
me.
so the pod is going viral, bro. We're about to blow up. Trust me. It's gonna go crazy. Well, we already blown up, but we just won't go pop.
There you go. There you go. I'll tell you what's blowing up this chair because I put way too much hot mustard on my Mongolian beef. Before, way too much hot mustard.
Where'd you get the Mongolian beef from?
Mongolian beef store?
You guys have a Mongolian beef store?
Nah, China Rose.
Oh, okay. Because we do.
Deb got the beef broccoli. Oh, there's an Asian market down the street from here.
Yeah, we have a Mongolian barbecue out here in Chicago.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's pretty tight. Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's like a buffet style, but you put all your ingredients in a bowl, and then you bring it up to them, and they have this big, like a wok or something like that. And I mean, like a hot plate or something like that, and they just throw it on there, and they cook it right with these bamboo sticks right there for you, and then give it back to you.
So bad suburban night from the 90s dad joke. That means you walk up with the food?
I've never heard this joke. That's the joke?
Yeah, walk up for them to cook the food. Walk.
You walk up
Walk.
to get
W-O-K.
Hit the want on that one. That was just bad, man. I don't even think that's a bad. That's just
Walk, walk.
at least we get to talk about Jason X.
Yeah.
That's even better.
Oh man. So as we celebrate Podtober, hashtag Podtober, hashtag Jamie Lee Curtis don't hurt us, comma, still again this year, whatever.
Yeah.
And horror icons, we figured we'd bring in Jason Voorhees because I don't know, Jason Voorhees might be on my Mount Rushmore of horror icons. Hashtag horror icons. Hashtag cast of the pod.
Hashtag.
Anarchy.
Yeah, we hashtagging everything.
Yes.
Hashtag.
And allegedly, Jason Voorhees might be on Cobweb's Mount Rushmore of horror icons. And I don't know about Deb's because she hasn't recorded hers.
I will this week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You just can't use any of ours.
Wow.
That look on her face like, whatever, Cobweb.
I use what I want. Like Cartman.
She probably does.
Cartman came out on me.
Oh, shit.
Do you remember that?
Yes, I do what I
Cartman,
want.
I do what I want.
Yeah. I love those South Park Halloween specials.
South Park in the day when they legit didn't give a fuck.
Oh, that first season was so beautiful.
What are you looking at? Why don't you take a picture? Oh, okay. Click.
Freaking cows.
Yes. Aliens.
Cartman with the alien probe.
Man, I've been trying to lose weight, and I've only been losing weight on my head. My big fat head. Look at this.
You gotta start somewhere, bro. You gotta start somewhere.
Oh, you can see my skull. Look at this shit right here.
Oh wow. Well, be grateful you lost something. Man, that looks. Man, you might want to put a hat on, bro.
This motherfucker. Oh.
I went to the doctor yesterday.
Yeah,
and I did lose 3 pounds.
I thought it was 4. You're like, I'll take it.
Yeah, 4.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
3 or 4 pounds.
Self high five.
Self high five.
That's what's up. Always moving forward. That's what we're doing at Cast of the Pod.
So as I'm sitting here on IMDb with the Jason X trailer going over here to my right, did you know there was a movie called 2000 Maniacs?
No.
I don't think so.
Yeah. It looks like it's
Never.
like from the 60s or 70s or something like that. 70s or 80s, yeah. Anyways, so we're going to get into Jason X. Oh, why did we pick Jason X? Why? Okay. Last week, what did we have? How did we
Last
start?
week we had-
October?
Last week
Yeah.
was Freddy
Yeah.
Krueger.
Dream
Yeah, it was.
Warriors 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors. All right. This week is Jason X because we went from one of my favorite Nightmare on Elm Streets, if not my favorite Nightmare on Elm Street, to, in some people's minds, the worst Jason movie ever. Paramount still had the rights to it. That's why it's not that's why it's not Friday the 13th, Jason X, Jason 10. So yeah, this is also the last appearance by, in my personal opinion, I'm speaking for Josh and Josh alone, Kane Hodder, the best Jason Voorhees ever.
I agree.
I agree.
He was menacing and just not so much in this movie, but in all, I mean, when I think of Jason, I think of Kane Hodder's Jason. Period.
Yeah, this is true. It's the same thing with Freddy Krueger. You know, when you think of Freddy Krueger, who do you think about?
Robert
Fort
Englund.
England.
Exactly. It's the same thing. They're hand in hand. They are the character. You know, they transcend it. You know, you're always going to remember, oh, you got Candyman, or you know what they are. That junk is raw though. You know, I had to go back and I had to like I was saying in that video that I had to go back and like watch all these Friday the 13th. I watched a lot of them, and there's a lot of Friday the 13th movies with Jason in them. And I'm gonna be honest with you, this dude, he killed a lot of people. A lot of people. Even in
He
Jason
did.
X. He killed a lot of people.
Jason X has the highest body count of any Jason movie ever.
Exactly. And didn't
You know-
he destroy
do you
a
know
whole
why?
space center?
That's why they
Yes.
killed a whole space station with 20,000 people in there. There's actually a tidbit of did you know information. There was also animals on there. There was something like 4,000 angelfish died,
Oh my goodness.
like 3,000 dogs, 20,000 people, 22,000. Like there's an exact number of deaths in the referenced by the director.
Nice.
Ah.
Nice. I can see that happening. So
Speaking of which, it was directed by James Isaac, writers Todd Farmer, Victor Miller, stars Kane Hodder, Lexa Doig, and Jeff
Doig?
Geddes.
Jeff Geddes.
Doig. Doig. Doig.
Doig.
Doig. Doig. Doig. Do it. Do it. Jason Voorhees is cryogenically frozen at the beginning of the 21st century and is discovered in the 25th century and taken to space. He gets thawed and begins stalking and killing the crew of the spaceship that's transporting him. Which, I mean, that's basically
That's it.
right.
Yeah.
Let's go to what Lucy Gillum wrote. In the
Lucy.
year 2008, Jason Voorhees is cryogenically frozen in a government facility in Camp Crystal Lake. Along with scientist Rowan, many centuries later, in the year 2455, Earth is uninhabitable, and humans have moved to another planet known as Earth 2. However, a team of students awaken both him and Rowan on a spaceship known as the Grendel. Jason begins killing students and the crew of the ship. Along the way, he is upgraded to Uber Jason, and now it's up to Rowan and the surviving students to stop Jason. I got a little choked up there.
She doesn't have any periods in that thing. She's just like a one long sentence.
Yeah, I was forgetting to breathe.
You
Right.
okay?
I'm like, come on. How do you right? It's just a run on sentence.
This
She has
time on a
comma?
spaceship, written by Lucy Gillum. Man,
You okay?
y'all talk for a second.
It's okay. It's all good. Yeah, it's good stuff over there.
Oh my God, yeah, I need some punctuation in here.
Right. I'm just saying. I was like the way he was going. It was like da 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 da. You know. That's one thing I've noticed in today's society, that they don't understand grammar. Have you guys noticed that? You know,
Yep.
it's like gone because of
You
the
know,
computers have automatically fix it for us and all that crazy stuff.
you
And
know what
there
I get a
nobody
kick out of?
of what?
People that don't speak English that are better in English than only English speakers. People that only speak English are worse at English than people that are bi, tri, quad, quint, lingual.
Well, there you
I'm
go.
just saying.
Well, that's a higher IQ. Sometimes you think about it, they already are higher up because they got two different languages they know. You know, I only know this one. You know, well, yeah, I got that Ebonics thing kind of knocked down. I think I got that pretty good.
Speaking of which,
You
look at
know,
Deb. She's over there asleep. You sleep, Deb?
she, I can she be asleep. This is good. This was up. This is that's Podtober, man. This is what's up. We got Jason Voorhees killing machine. A killing machine. Now, this is what I don't understand.
Okay.
At the beginning of this movie, they froze him. Why were they just going to? Didn't they try chopping him up? Did they try burning him?
Well, they would have burned him when he had milk, and then come back to life
no. This is the
after
thing.
being frozen.
Did they idiocracy the whole thing? Have you seen Idiocracy?
Of course, I've seen Idiocracy.
So
That's my shit.
after he got frozen and he stabbed her in the medulla oblongata,
Right.
and then she got frozen by the air leak, did they just forget that this place existed?
No,
I think
this
so.
is what I don't think so. I know what happened was they said leave that shit the way it is. Okay,
Yep.
They went out there, they started messing around with it. You see what happened? Is it contained? Are they going to get out? No, leave it alone.
Fuck it. Just leave it. Just
Fuck it.
fuck it.
Fuck
Yep.
it.
So they
I would've.
She took-
finally learned.
She took one for the team.
Yeah, she did. That
right
was it.
in
I
the-
wouldn't have went
right
back in
the
there.
Liver. She took it right in the liver. That's what.
Right, because let me tell you something. If they, this is why, because if they would have tried to save her, he would have got loose. You know, he would have got loose, and then you'd have had the same situation all over again. So you know
you're
what?
saying he would have had a couple of shots, maybe.
Yeah,
Got loose.
he'd have got loosey goosey on them jokers. He did up in there. Killing
Yeah,
machine.
her kidneys, liver, the machete.
I don't understand why people didn't like this movie. I was entertained.
Yes, I
I
was
was
too.
into-
It kind of makes fun of itself, and then there are many references to like aliens and stuff like that. The movie Aliens, but
Right.
yeah, I like this movie. I'll tell you that right now.
I do like fast forward towards the end. I do like his new mask. That mask he had. He was all
I didn't like it. I didn't like his new mask. You know who he
I like-
reminded me
I
of?
like his
He
look,
reminded me of
too.
that guy from. He reminded me of that guy from with that mask on from the Power Rangers or something like that.
Lord Zed.
Yeah, he did. He looked like Lord Zed.
Wow. Wow.
So that's what I thought he was. I thought it was Lord Zed. Crazy
Yeah.
shit, right?
I can see it.
Oh,
I can see
what the hell is that?
so if you find two people that are frozen, one's wearing a mask and
And holding
You
a
don't know
machete
anything
over
about
his head.
Huh?
He's holding a machete over his head. And there's
Why
obviously
would-
a machete hole in where he's at, and then in her. Okay, continue.
Go ahead, Deb.
why would you be like, oh, let's melt them and see what they are, see what we could do?
Because they do it all the time.
Science
They do it
and
all the
money.
time.
Mostly
Right,
money.
and they knew that they had no idea what Jason Voorhees was. Okay, besides he cut a dude's arm off right there the first time they pulled him out.
While he
Yeah.
was still frozen.
Frozen. He was still trying to kill people while he was frozen.
That should have told you right there not to mess with them. Put his ass back.
But he was regardless of the matter, they wouldn't think that he was capable of coming back like that. Because they had to give her a treatment to get her back. This dude you just thawed him out and he was good to go.
She straight up told him that he was known for his regenerative properties and stuff like that. And then when they Wikipedia'd back in the day, and it said that he was regenerative and like he's a zombie and shit. And then what was it again? Money, the root of all evil. Money.
Yeah, and he was trying to get him to save him too. Just say, don't kill him. We need him. I'll give you some money for him. You know, whatever. You know, come on, dude. I don't know who was worse, that doctor or the one in which one is it? The one with the guy and the chick with the telekinesis, Jason one.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It was the one chick that fought him. She had telekinesis powers or something like that, and
she was Jason. A robot.
No, well, I'm talking about in the other Jason movie. There was a doctor in there that was like a real asshole, and did just as bad as this doctor was. You know,
man, you're thinking about the X-Men.
No, I'm not.
Jean Grey.
How many Jason movies? How many Friday the 13th have there been? Oh my god. Oh shit.
What? Yeah.
Straight up. How many have there been?
I don't know, because we're talking about Jason X today, so none of the other movies exist. That's all I'm saying.
They don't exist?
Nope. Whoa!
Okay,
Never just teleported. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did. She was like there, and did you just get hit across the head? You just felt it now? Yeah. Oh shit!
Do you know Uber Jason, future Jason, made by nanotechnology, right? Badass super Jason at the end of this movie.
Yeah, he
didn't kill anybody.
I didn't notice that.
He didn't legit.
You say Uber Jason?
Uber, the word Uber. Uber's not just a cheap version of a taxi demo. Uber's a German word for super.
Did that guy who invented the robot live? Yes, he did. So, the android, he lived. So, no, he didn't kill anybody.
He didn't kill anybody except the two naked girl campers that were holograms, so they don't count.
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
Does he do that in a movie? That exact scene?
Almost exactly, not quite.
It was one chick, and she was in a yellow sleeping bag, and that's when he did it to her. Yeah.
And he threw her against the tree like that. He hit her.
Yeah.
Out of the bag, kind of wound up a little.
Yeah.
Yep, he did. Yep. It was pretty raw too. I mean, all his kills are freaking raw. That's the thing about this dude. He's just a machine.
So is Jason a zombie, or what is he? Because he keeps coming back. Like, do they have to shoot him in the head for him to completely die?
With a silver bullet on a full moon
with an eclipse.
During an eclipse of the moon.
On Friday the 13th.
On Friday the 13th. In a year with an odd number.
It'll bounce off of him.
So that would be
42-year-old
this weekend.
But the gun has to be shot by a 42-year-old virgin.
Good luck with
female that has 3,400 OnlyFans followers. And
oh my god, he went OnlyFans.
Yeah,
you respect those workers; they work hard for the money.
Nobody's saying nothing about no disrespect. You're bringing up disrespect.
Don't be tackling OnlyFans, man. Them people that work on, I don't want them coming down on me.
The OnlyFanites.
Yeah. Next thing you know, they all up on top. Well, I guess. I don't know. I don't think that sounded right.
Yeah. The thoughts and views of Cobweb do not necessarily meet the thoughts and views. What were you going to say, Deb?
I said with the pitties.
The pitties.
Yeah. The pitties. Yeah.
There's plenty of pitties on OnlyFans.
Yeah. I would say, so we need one of those either on like Friday night, Saturday morning to kill Jason.
Yeah. That's what's going to have to
happen.
I
thought you were telling me that I needed to make a Cast of the Pod OnlyFans account.
He's thinking about it.
That way we show we show some pictures of my feet.
Oh man, yeah.
I'll tell y'all right now. I have some very custom feet.
Oh man,
yeah.
You got to give him a tease though. You only give him one toe a day.
Both my big toes, one on each foot. Not that I have multiple big toes, but they got jacked up, crusty fungus nails. All my other nails are great. Just my big toes. I'll show you right now. Hold on.
No, don't. Wait. Oh my god, how can you get? Okay, we okay.
Yeah. Back to Jason X. So in 2010.
Now you put your foot all the way up there. Are you okay?
Yeah.
I can't put my foot.
He can put his foot.
Answer the phone.
No, I'm not gonna answer the phone on Cast the Pod. So back in 2010, there's this Olivia Munn looking scientist. Right?
I thought that was Olivia Munn at first.
I thought so too, because there's tons of hot scientists. There's no ugly scientists. And of course, then the old general comes in with the douchebaggery guy looking, and he's like, too bad you're not running the show no more. We're running the show, and we're taking him. And she's like, but we were going to destroy him. He's like, nope, not going to happen. And then as soon as that happens, Jason pulls a Harry Houdini.
Jeez.
Because he was knocked out, just all chained up and everything like that. And the guy's all, the regular guard's like, don't look at me, man. And he's looking through his one good eye.
Mm-hmm.
And then he throws like a shirt or a coat over his face. And next thing you know, when the army guys walk in there, now that security guy is the one hanging up with the coat over him. And Jason's all like, gotcha.
Stab, stab. Stick.
Stab. The arm comes down with the knife. Blood up against the wall. What's Jason's favorite killing? One of Jason's favorite killing positions is the one when you're in bed. Either you're under the bed and he stabs up, or he strays straight down. But if you're in the bed, that's one of his favorite killing things. And I've also noticed he has a phobia of barns. He doesn't do well in barns.
Didn't he get struck by lightning in a barn or something like that?
I don't think so. Maybe that's why. No, he got struck by lightning in his gravesite by Tommy.
Beat you, Tommy.
Yeah, Tommy. You remember, because Tommy was the one who killed Jason. He killed him in that one. He cut his hair off. I think it was in, was it the final chapter or something like that?
Are we going to talk about Jason X?
Well, we are talking about Jason X. You the one who asked the question.
Y'all talking Jason A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S.
I mean, you can't help it when you're talking about Jason. You have to...
Yeah, it's lore, It's he's a machine, man. There's parts to him, man. It needs to be explored. And it's like, I don't understand. Okay, after what was funny when he asked, he said, "No, he's fine. He's frozen. We saw the body." And she said, "Really?" And she just like crossed her arms and she was like, "Come on!" And he was loose. They just started talking about
You already knew. She already knew, but y'all ruined my punchline.
How do we do that?
Yeah, because I was gonna say, because Jason X, because X gonna give it to you.
X gonna give it to you.
Hit it again.
I thought it was funny, Josh.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Now the quality of Cast the Pod might be declining in some people's opinions, but take into consideration my mental state and my that state being Texas.
Oh snap!
Oh shit!
Okay.
Go ahead.
This is what I'm trying to figure out too. Okay. Why did they split up why did they split up? The Marine Corps group people? They were stronger in number together. and they knew how dangerous this thing was and how dangerous he was. Why would they split up?
Because
I don't understand.
if they wouldn't had split up, they would have had a chance to killing him.
And it was in the script. That's what I was going to talk about Cast of the Pod. That's what I was going to talk about this right here. We went from being a review podcast to being a discussion podcast to be a let's act like this. Well, not act, because I mean we're really watching this movie like it's a real thing, and we're like, these stupid motherfuckers. Why are they? And as we watch these movies, I just want to make sure: are both of y'all okay? Because we're taking some of these movies a little too seriously.
Serious? What are you talking about?
What do you mean?
I've got no problem with it. No, because we're like, yeah, these stupid space marines, they should have did this, and we need to change the name of the podcast from Cast of the Pod to the I would have done this pod.
That's just natural human reaction, man. That's how you find it, like a flaw in the script or something like that in the storyline. That's where the holes come in, because you're thinking like, this doesn't make any sense. Why are they doing it like that? Who thought of that? I mean, you think about a lot of that stuff. Yeah, I just say, there's a lot of stuff in Jason movies that you'd be like, why did they do this? This doesn't make any sense, and it just keeps happening.
There was
That's
only
just the
one
nature of the movie.
I love this movie. I'm gonna give it a high rating. I'll tell you that right now. I know we've only been potting for Deb. You awake over there? You sleep?
I'm awake.
Okay.
I'm awake.
There's only one thing in this movie I didn't like.
What is it?
When they kill the main Marine guy, the Space Marine or whatever they are, right?
Right.
He stabs him, and he's like, "It's gonna take more than that to get me." And then he stabs him again. He's like, "Yep, that's about it."
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
He was too tough.
He was still too tough to die. He still wasn't dead.
True.
That dude right there, man, he was hardcore. I like this character, I mean, he just no take shit kind of, he was a leader. He wasn't going to stop, but freaking, who ticked me off was that one chick in the movie. The one that crashed the ship. Oh my God. The one that kept panicking and shit. And she told us like, cut the shit. And then she wouldn't let him in the room.
The one
and then she took off and then it exploded.
Yeah. Oh my God, I hated her.
The one that pissed me off was the scientist that took his eye out. And she was like, and then he just liquid nitrogen her face and then smashed her against the wall. Ooh. It was a good kill. It was a good kill.
It was a good kill. That was one of the better ones of the movie, I'm going to be honest with you. He had some pretty good kills in this one, just flat out, You did turn around. He was, man. You be thinking, I got him. No, you don't.
He did have that Tony Stark nanite technology, though.
Yeah. That nanite stuff. When he became Jason, the super Jason.
That super Jason machete, I want that. I'll tell you that right now.
Man.
With that curved little thing on it.
Ooh. I'll tell you, he did look like Lord Zed, man. I'm telling you, that's how I feel. You're not going to change it. You're not going to change it.
I think you've just ruined Jason X for me.
It looked, when I first saw it, I thought that's Lord Zed. I was like, what the hell is this shit? Because this is my first time ever seeing this flick. And
that's why we picked it, right? Because I jokingly said, "Oh, let's watch Jason X," and then Cobweb was like, "I've never seen it." I was like, "Ooh,
yeah,
indeed."
And I said, "I don't remember it. I know I've seen it, but I don't remember it." So, and now I know why I don't remember it.
Deb's over here talking shit.
Debs, you guys sound like you got something on your heart about this movie that you don't like. What's going on?
I liked it, but I just didn't like it. It's. I like some things, and I didn't like some things. I don't know. This is not one of my favorite Jason movies, and Jason is one of my favorite. But this one's not one of my favorites.
Spoiler alert on your Cast the Pod Mount Rushmore horror. But so for those who don't know and who haven't seen this movie and aren't going to see this movie, there's a scene when the little stoner kid, gets his arm cut off when frozen Jason with the machete in his hand falls down, boom, cuts his arm off, right? And they're in the year 2455 and they have advanced technology. So they take him to the medic bay, they lay him down, and they pulled his severed arm. It's severed like right at the elbow, slightly higher than the elbow, in the bicep, right underneath the bicep, actually. And they put him on this table, and when they put him there, there's all these little nanite technology. For those who aren't sci-fi nerds, little micro robots. And they stitch his arm together and glue his arm back together, and everything's fine, right? So that's how they introduce the nanites. Later on in the movie, after the android kicks the living shit out of Jason, she whoops Jason's ass. Yeah, she Aeon Flux him. That's a good one, Aeon Flux. After she Aeon Flux him, then he falls over and he breaks the table, and it just so happens to be the nanite table that goes into self-heat. It's finding an organic being, organic material on its table, and it's trying to fix it. But then they also point out that there's not enough organic material because it got shotgunned. Jason got shotgunned and blasted all over the place.
Consistently. His body was very destroyed.
Yes. So the nanites used what they had around there, and they had like some vibranium, adamantium, aluminum.
They made him better.
Yes. Faster. Stronger.
Oh my goodness.
They can repair him.
They did repair him.
Anybody who's old enough to get that joke, kudos to you.
You're there. Yeah, right. That's the thing, because I remember like some of the ones that I saw with Jason in it until we got to this point. He was so damaged, like you could see his bones in his knees, and a couple of the flicks, because
that's how I wake up in the morning.
Oh wow!
I need to get you one of those nano tables.
I need some of the copper leg braces.
Oh man!
No, the nanobots. We need a table.
Yeah, nanobot table. Shit, I'll spend a good $20-$30 on that.
$20. So because that's why he was so nonchalant about it. Dude, he was like, "Oh, I got my arm cut off." Haha. I'd have been like, "God damn."
He's like, I got a brand new arm.
Right. And I bet you he's done that before. He probably did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So who did you guys like the least?
I don't know, man. The scientists all mad because Robot Girl wanted to glue nipples onto herself. It was kind of annoying.
Yep.
He's like, I like you just the way that you are. Shut up. That's why you gave her tits, okay? Because if you weren't gonna try to slam her later on, why would you give her good tits? I'm just saying. Don't try to act innocent now. She didn't have no shame. She didn't.
Let's be honest. If you were gonna make a robot, regardless of the matter, I mean, you would give her a nice set of tits.
No.
I mean, come on, Joshua. You're talking to me here, okay? Don't worry about these other 100,000 people that are listening right now. It's just me and you. And Deb's not here.
I'm just saying.
La 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 la.
I'm just saying you do not add a nice pair of fun bags on a emotionless robot that you're going to be stuck in outer space with, unless you plan on giving her the old hucklebuck.
Well, they said that he was. They called her his sex slave, his sex machine, or something like that.
And he was like, no. He was all bashful, and she was like, yeah, what? I'm down.
Yeah. She was like, yeah. And she had like those nipples looked so funny when they fell off too.
Why didn't he put those on in the first place?
Because he was embarrassed that he had to put them on. That's why he was feeling all self-conscious about it. That's why.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it was just kind of dumb. That whole story, part of the story was kind of stupid to me. You know, it just made her didn't see. They should have just made that android more of like a badass than they did at the end, because that was cool. I liked her then, but when she was all that other bullshit, I was like, what the hell? You
Well,
know?
see, because I mean, they kind of wanted to make her like Sigourney Weaver, like Ripley from Aliens, badass and all
Yeah.
that, right? I'll tell you this right now. Even though later on you see Ripley in her chones and her underwear and a white T-shirt and all that, that was, I mean, you didn't have to see her naked. Ripley was just a badass. Period. Period.
True.
You know, I'm just saying. And you definitely didn't have to do the falling off pepperoni nipple joke to make her a badass.
Yeah, I thought, like I said, it kind of tarnished it because it didn't make it seem like she was as it brought her down.
Yes,
it really did when she started killing them, because it made it seem a little bit more unbelievable. But if they would have just left it alone and just whatever, it'd have been like cool.
Now, if they were just trying to show boobs, you know, here, cast of the pod, everybody loves boobs, especially in horror movies, you know. So I mean, it doesn't matter, whatever. But I'm just saying that this particular set did not need to be shown. I can't believe I said that.
And you know what? That's I want to say this too. I think the Friday the 13th franchise probably shows the most amount of boobs in any horror movie there is to date. Every movie is completely you're going to see boobs.
Well, because
at the minimum.
He was punishing them because they were all getting all sextified and smoking the marijuana and all that when he was a kid. That's why they died. That's why he died, because they weren't paying attention. The camp counselors weren't doing their jobs. But I will tell you this: you brought it up about Cobweb. You brought up about the telekinesis and all that stuff, right, Deb?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And when all these movies came out, I'd only seen them once each. That's a lie. I saw part 1 twice because I was like, what do you mean Jason wasn't the killer? What do you mean it was his mom? I don't believe you. Then I watched it again. I was like, motherfucker, it was his mom, all in the first one.
Right.
So, but I saw all the other ones back in the day, and it was just for the errant set of boobs here and there. It had, you know, I remember somebody getting killed he had like a staff or a trident or a like spear, and he stabbed somebody through the bed. And I remember he caught a machete in his head.
Oh yeah.
And then he was dead, and then he wasn't dead, and then there was lightning and a whole bunch of boobs, and then the sleeping bag, and then Jason X. That's all I remember.
Yeah.
You want me to explain Voorhees movies? That's what I saw.
See, that's the thing, because every single one that I've seen from all of these Jasons, man, it's like the same thing. I always want to know how they're going to bring him back, because you got to think like they killed him all. That's it. There's no more Jason. He's dead. At every single movie, you think he's dead, but he always comes back. Always comes back. They do something goofy. Like when Tommy went out there in those doggone woods with that doggone pole, I got to dig him up to see him. I want to burn the body, blah, 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 woo, 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 and then left Rod in there, and then they got struck by lightning, and then Jason came up. You know, I'm like, he's like, Jason's trying to kill me. You're going to have to catch my ass.
My favorite Jason movie is Jason Goes to Hell. When the military blows him up.
That's that one I haven't got to yet. I've seen it before when it came out to the movies, but I have not watched it yet out of my Friday the 13th series.
Wow.
But you've seen it.
Yes, I've seen it.
Oh, okay. So yeah, when the what do they call him? Last girl, the female lead that always survives. When the last girl. You think it's the last girl, but she's like a military badass. And she's like running and falling and whatever. And then she turns around and starts whooping his ass. And then all the military's there and they blow him up, and it's just like his heart left.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes, that's probably my favorite.
But why? But explain, why did he eat that? Why would he eat Jason's heart?
Because it was in the script.
You
Like
can't be saying that all the time.
That's
right.
my
No,
catch.
because
That's my catchphrase. I'm gonna claim that right as of right now.
because it's in
It
the
was in the
script.
script.
It's
No,
true.
that's what I was saying. Our podcast has become a well. How come they didn't do this? Sometimes you just got to enjoy a movie, no matter how bad it is, no matter how good it is. Oh my God, am I okay? Am I the one saying this?
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, really?
What do you?
Sometimes you just
Yeah,
gotta
exactly.
sit back.
See, this is what I.
If you're 21 and older, enjoy an adult beverage. What was that?
Are you okay?
Did y'all
I
hear
am
that?
now. That was me.
That wasn't you, Josh?
That was not me.
No, I had to adjust something over here. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
I was like, it's not me. I don't have a.
I'm like, is that my stomach?
It's like, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
No, I was pushing the computer level back.
Oh,
That's
okay,
all.
okay. Yeah, just enjoy an adult beverage. You know, have some beef jerky. I'm not a big fan
Ooh,
of popcorn
beef
anymore.
jerky.
Yeah, beef jerky. Beef jerky and an adult beverage. Watch a horror movie. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're all good.
yeah. Just
Especially
throw
now
them
that
all
it's
on.
cooler weather. Today in San Antonio, Texas, it was 65 degrees for like
Wow.
an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For an hour.
yeah.
It was like that all day out here.
Friday it'll be 95 again, but
Oh no, it's not going to be like that.
As
This
long
is
as
it.
it's not 100.
We're not going to
'Cause
see
you
any
can-
more. Go ahead, Deb.
Because you can feel the difference between 100 and 95. 95 still is hot, but it's not, it's still a little cooler. But when it's 100, you can feel that.
I don't mind 100, 115.
Yeah.
And we had what 60 days of over 110 degrees.
Yeah.
Gee.
It was bad this year.
Yeah,
That means we're going to have some cold winter.
winters.
Welcome to the club.
Let's do
Y'all know how
it.
it is in Chicago.
So, man, I feel
You
guilty.
know,
I feel
you
guilty
feel
about
guilty.
our podcast
Why
Why?
do you? Why?
because I enjoy our conversations. I enjoy our camaraderie. I enjoy our interactions and all that. And we don't get to talk all the time. So a lot of times our podcast is the only talking we get to do. So we're learning about our friendship and our movie history and all that, and letting everybody in on the conversation. But sometimes I'm like, man, we should get back to the movie more. But I like our conversations. So that's why I
Yeah,
feel
let's bring it back.
But the people who watch us or listen to us, they like the conversations too, because I'm noticing like they've been commenting on stuff that we've been discussing. So we have to be doing maybe even if it's just a little bit, but it's something right. And we have people commenting.
I will say this. Several people have told me, have messaged me, and said, I'm not really into horror movies, but I like the way that y'all discuss them.
See?
Now I'm paraphrasing, but there's I say several, but honestly, like 5 different people have told me that.
Okay. So let's just keep the ball rolling. Next up, explain to me how many ways you can bring Jason back from the dead.
Okay. Well,
Okay, let's think about. Oh, wait, better yet,
lightning?
right. Okay, lightning. And how many ways have he been killed? We'll do that one either. Which one do you want to do? How many ways he's been killed
I
and
don't
died?
know. I don't know, but I can look it up.
Yeah, because I remember what he was hung. That didn't work. You can't hang him.
It shot him.
You can't shoot him because you know what, that hockey mask is like almost in some type of, what is that made of? Okay, that hockey mask is something is some rare metal.
What if
Alien
he
metal.
shoot him from behind, the back of the head? It doesn't cover the back of his head.
Tommy decapitated him with a shard of glass.
That's right. How did he get his head back?
Yeah, when he was chopping him up at the end of that one, when he cut his hair off. Is that what you're talking about?
I don't know.
No.
Okay, so before the main events of the series, Jason was drowned in Camp Crystal Lake as a kid. In
Right.
Friday the 13th, Part 3, Jason was struck in the head with an axe by Chris Higgins.
Yep. In the barn.
Final chapter, Jason was impaled through the skull with his own machete and then hacked apart by Tommy.
He was dead. He was dead.
That was dead. And
Yes.
By that point. Okay.
Yes. When you saw that machete go through that head
and break the mask. In 6, Jason Lives. He was chained to the bottom of Crystal Lake, and Megan Garris ground his throat up with the boat's propeller blades, breaking his neck.
Yeah.
In Part 7, he was dragged to the bottom of the lake and chained there again by the soul of Tina's father after she summoned him.
That's the one with the telekinesis.
Telekinesis. Yeah, Part 7. I didn't know the number of it, and that's why I was trying to play it off. But yeah. Jason Takes Manhattan. Man, when he kicks that fucking boombox.
It took him too long to get to Manhattan.
He's covered in toxic waste, burning his face, and then swept away. That's when he talks.
What?
Yeah, when all the toxic waste is coming out and knocks his mask off, then you see his child face. He's like, "Mama," or something like that. And then
wait, which one was this?
Jason Takes Manhattan. When he's in.
That was in Jason Takes Manhattan.
Yeah,
I gotta finish that. Then obviously I didn't finish it. I don't remember that part.
Yeah, and then all the toxic waste takes him back to Crystal Lake. Jason goes to hell. He was stabbed in the heart by Jessica Kimball and dragged to hell. That's when Freddy Krueger's claw comes up and grabs the mask.
Right.
What else? He was knocked towards Earth 2 in Jason X. And then Freddy versus Jason, he takes a vicious beating from Freddy Krueger. He's then blasted with propane to cause an explosion with Freddy, although this doesn't kill him.
No.
Yep.
He just left. He just left.
So, in other words, you can't kill him. And he's not a zombie because they shot him in the head lots of times. So they decapitated him.
Right.
It was something. Yeah, something his mom said, because his mom said that. His mom said that one thing they never do, Jason, you will never die. They can never kill you, Jason. You will never die.
So did she put a spell on him?
Something like that. You know, the one I didn't like is the one with the guy. Which one was it with the it was when Tommy went to that I did like that part when he went to that what's it that it was like a halfway house or something like that for the kids or something. And it was and it was was the ambulance driver. It was actually Jason in that. He was acting like Jason, killing people and stuff like that. He was an imposter, something like that. That's when they came out with the one after that Jason Returns.
Well, that was gonna be my next trivia question. Which movie does Jason not kill anybody in?
Well, that one that I just told you.
Part 1 and Part 5, because Part 5 it was a copycat killer the whole time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then Part 1 was his mom, right?
What is Jason's weakness? What is his kryptonite?
Barnes.
Nope.
Water.
Yep.
That doesn't make too much sense though.
Because that's how his
human form
died, in water.
Yeah. And Freddy used it against him too.
And that's when they chained him to the lake to 2 different movies.
Yeah, they did. Left him down there to rot.
Yep.
Well, he was down there too. They just messed up. And Jason Takes Manhattan, that's when they came up with the boat, right? And it hit the power line, the anchor, and it hit his body, and it brought him back to life again.
Yeah. What you got, Deb? You look like you want to chime in there.
No, I'm listening to y'all. I'm trying to remember all these because I don't remember a lot of the Jason movies.
Jason has the most murders in film history with 126 in the original series and original timeline. 158 altogether, but 126. Not counting the spaceship, not counting the space colony.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why, but my favorite in Jason X was the hologram, the 2 girls in the sleeping bags, because it just looked.
Because it's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, he had a lot of good kills, like ugly kills and stuff that made me go, oh. But those two were, because even though they were holograms, the girls were still yelling.
Yeah, he's done it before.
So on the trivia questions, while this film was considered a financial failure in the theaters, it made more than triple the cost of production in DVD and post-theater sales. Statistically, it's one of the most successful Friday the 13th films. Jason X.
Wow.
Yep. What, Deb?
I did not know this.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like I said, I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty tight. You know, out of all of them, because it was a little bit, because you knew what you were dealing with. You know, it was like a whole new concept, like these people not knowing anything, and he's in space. You got Jason in freaking space, man. Space in the future.
The only thing that was better than Jason in space is if they ever filmed the Machete Kills in space.
Machete Kills in space. Who could do space? Who could do space better than Jason?
Machete.
Yeah, you might be right about that. Well, Danny Glover in space.
He's too old for this shit.
Good one. All night we was a good one. Yeah, self high five on that one, Josh. Keanu Reeves in space.
Whoa.
Samuel Jackson in space.
I'm in motherfucking space.
Snakes out my motherfucking space.
What about Samuel Jackson versus Jason?
Wait. Samuel L. Jackson has been in space because he was in Star Wars.
Yeah, but that's Star Wars space ain't space.
He could beat him up. Wait, you talking about the Star Wars Samuel L. Jackson or just Samuel L. Jackson?
Just Samuel Jackson versus Jason.
Just Sam Jackson himself.
Oh, no.
Well, he's in space now. Oh, spoiler alert. I ain't gonna say it. I ain't gonna say it.
What about that other guy? Who else?
What about Chuck Norris versus Jason?
Chuck Norris.
Duh, Deb.
Deb, come on, quit playing. You know Chuck Norris kicked the earth and it's still spinning?
Really, Deb, you gonna laugh at that.
Oh man, I love me some Chuck Norris, man. That guy right there. I could watch Chuck Norris movies all day long. He's got that hard stare.
You know what I love?
What?
Not this damn ad. I quit playing for YouTube Prime. Now I have ads all the time. Son of a bitch. Damn shin ads. Okay.
Nightmare on My Street, Fresh Prince.
The damn bootleg ass shouldn't have done it. They almost got sued, or they did get sued for it because they tried to step out on the Fat Boys. Fat Boys had the rights for it, and they and Will Smith and Jazzy Jeff didn't.
It was a better song.
Yeah, it was better. It was. I'll say it right now.
It was a better song. Don't ever. Will Smith, whatever you may say, he was very talented on that microphone, and he had one of the best producers of all time in Jazzy Jeff. Jeff is a genius.
No doubt. No doubt.
He still is to this day. He's
hey, Cobweb,
he's a
Cobweb
hip-hop icon.
Keep his name out your fucking mouth. You know what? Now there's no reason to feel bad for Will Smith and all that. I'm sure he don't care or anything like that. But out of all the things that man did for comedy, for music, for people in general and all that, and that's what people are going to stick with.
I don't.
A lot of people do, though.
Yeah, a lot of people do. That's a small sample. You know, people take those little small samples and stuff. Nobody's perfect. You live in a bubble sometimes so much and then sooner or later it's gonna go pop, and you're gonna get just like when you pop in bubbles, and you know what I'm saying, all of a sudden you get that little splatter. You know, that's what you get.
Yeah.
That's what you
So, is it time for the calculator doom?
Yep.
So I was listening to last week's episode, and apparently there's some kind of noise cancellation or something that's messing it up. So one of these days I'm gonna have to just pre-record it, and let's see if it comes out okay this time. Could y'all hear it that time?
Yeah.
Okay. So, calculator doom time. Who wants to go first? I'll go first.
Go ahead.
All right. I gave the movie a 6.
A 6?
Yeah, I mean, it was fun, but it wasn't bad. 6 isn't bad. 5 is okay. 6 is better than okay. I'm gonna start taking our because I've been giving out way too many 9s and 8s for stuff that should have been 6s or 7s. I want to keep the 9s and 10s for stuff that really need. Y'all vote however y'all want to vote. That's okay. I'm just saying for myself personally, this movie gets a 6, and a 6 is not bad. 6 is still rewatchable.
I can watch this movie again.
For me, 0, 1, 2, and 3 are probably not going to watch it again. 4 to 5, maybe. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, yes, I'll watch again. And I'm definitely going to watch Jason X again.
Okay.
All right. Who's next?
I got it.
What you got?
I got an 8.
Nice.
I enjoy, like I said, this is my first time watching this movie, and I enjoyed it. I thought it was funny a little bit, a little bit of lightheartedness, in some parts. But there's always a little bit of lightheartedness in all the Friday the 13th. But I thought that it had it was good because I like the story, I like the concept and everything else like that. I like seeing the Super Jason. I wish we'd have got more Super Jason in the movie, but Super Jason would have just blown up the planet. He already destroyed a space station.
Yeah.
So I got to give it an 8. I'd watch it again.
So I gave it a 6. Cobweb gave it an 8. Deb, what do you got?
I give it a 7.
7.
I gave it a 7. I know I watched it before, but I couldn't remember. And like I said, it was half and half for me. There was a lot of things I did like. There were some things I didn't like, but the things that I did like overweight the things I didn't like. So,
as I was watching the movie, what really got me to think about how I rate stuff, I'm watching it and I'm like, man, the color on this looks horrible. It's kind of flat, and then I was like, wait a minute, this is how movies were.
Mm-hmm.
It's still very VHS, early DVD quality, and then I was like, maybe you should just lighten up, Josh. And then I was like, shut the fuck up, Josh. And I'm like, no, you shut the fuck up, Josh. And then, it's been
how many Joshes in the room?
It depends.
Depends on what we're watching.
Yeah. So
it depends.
So I gave it a 6. Cobweb gave it an 8. Deb gave it a 7. That makes it a 21. 21 divided by 3 equals 7. It's a very respectable rating for Jason X, even though some people will say it's not a very respectable movie. And those people can have their own opinions and make their own podcast.
True that. They could do that. But you know what? This is our podcast, so guess what? We don't give a shit.
Yeah. Unless you're a Patreon, then we can,
Then we really give a shit.
Yeah, those people. And everybody else, because they tune in, we care about your opinions. Let's be honest.
Yes.
You're here for us. We're here for you.
I was going to say that earlier. This movie happened because the root of all evil, which is the horrible money trope that, because money rules everything. And if anybody wants to give us money, patreon.com/cast of the pod,
Wait a second, Josh. Wait a second. Before we wrap this up, I don't think, but the Jason X, I don't think that was an issue of why he came back. He was already back, coming back to life when he got on that ship.
Because they unfroze him. Because they
unfroze him, but he didn't. He was already. They was already unfreezing him before dude didn't even know who he was, what he was going to do, didn't they?
This is true. Yeah. Damn it.
They tried to play it off like that, but it wasn't. Once they took him out of that deep freeze, he was going to come back. It wasn't about money would have did it or anything else. He was like, free me get. No, it was too late.
That's true.
Damn. Jason.
Indeed.
Mount Rushmore. Yeah.
All right, yo. I think that's it for today's episode. Jason X. We didn't even say what year it came out in. 2001.
2001.
Yep. 22 years ago.
Damn.
Jason was in space killing jokers.
You hear Deb with her cute little damn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. 22, almost 24 years ago. It's about to be 2024. We're in the 10th month of 2023. It just turned 2023 like 8 weeks ago.
What year was it that they went into the future in Jason X?
They went to 2455. They were in 2010. So this movie thought within 9 years of when it was created that there was going to be cryogenic Walt Disney sleep and all that.
Oh, how far we've come.
Yeah. Yeah. So you know what? And I know it's just a movie and I'm going to contradict myself and I'm going to be a hypocrite about it, but they had cryogenic stasis, right?
Okay.
But they had him up on a hook and chains.
I mean, wouldn't you have him up on hook and chains?
No,
maybe
I just froze him right
in a force field, in a big metal box. Maybe dipped in a whole bunch of like epoxy resin.
And you know what? You can't burn them. You can't burn them. It just doesn't work. Something's always going to happen. You burn him, and what happens? He ends up getting splashed with water. Happened in Freddy vs. Jason.
Cobweb. I have a genius idea. We'll talk about it off pod.
All right.
Super genius. All right, y'all. So until next time, I'm Josh.
I'm Cobweb.
And I'm Deb.
You've been listening to listening to us hearing us listen at Cast of the Pod. Thank you for your time, because even though I'm always asking for money, the thing that you can give to us, which is most important, is your time and listening to us on the road, at work, when you should be with your kids, or I don't know, something like that. But what, Deb? Always guilt tripping me. So, thank you for your time, y'all. Until next time, peace.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody. Have a good week.
I just noticed, I look like I have a Santa Claus hat.
It does.
Bye.
I thought.
Bye.